I have my doubts about Heretics. I've been seeing them so much, or I've been, I had the pleasure to cast them quite a little bit in the past, and they never really took off beyond the initial starting point. So they're kind of still on the runway to make flight. But maybe, just maybe, this is the lucky day for them that they're able to dismiss Pheonix as just another team along the way they can easily shut down and potentially bring themselves up into that, into that top spot against LDLC, as you said. In any case, well, the pistol is live, and let's see how it plays off.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of that Fast and Furious runway where it takes forever to start, but the end.
Unlimited runway
doesn't seem to end. Yeah, I watched them recently. Lucky, actually, nice shot. It's mighty. They might actually be going in to 3. I don't think they realize there's 3 people here. Crucial gets 1.
They will do it.
But look at this position here from Crucial. It was crucial that he actually gets more than 1. Dare I say it? But looking like they're kind of going to be struggling to come into B here. All 3 players from Pheonix are inside, either B or from CT spawn, but one is rotating back, worried of course that they might rotate. Heretics doesn't seem to be interested in rotating just yet though. If they haven't decided yet, they're sort of worried about that flank at the moment, as looks like they will be going into B in the end. But because of waiting so long, there's only one player here, which is Robin. Robin has a lot to do here by himself. And with that smoke, he's going to be calling out to his teammates. Gets 1 against Kiyoshima. David very close to him. Gets a second one. All down to Maka. Gets the 3rd. Robin by himself. All he needs. Doesn't need the rest of his teammates, as he seems to be doing just fine by himself, the Swede. And yeah, I have casted Heretics lately as well. They played against LDLC. Just recently in this very tournament. They felt kind of flat as well. It was 2-0. So interested to see what happens here. I mean, Pheonix as well, the last British team remaining. I say British, of course. They do have a Swede and a Dutch. So
yeah, so it's kind of like a mixed bag of potatoes. But yeah, definitely, it is. It is the last chance for these two both, really. So we'll see how they're able to play it off. Maka. Hey, Maka, all 7 bullets for the 1 kill. Good start, at least, right? He gets somewhere. Okay, Maka, another one. And Heretics. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a little bit better than what you would expect.
Well, looks like they're coming in here and to be. That's crucial here with MP9 close range on Ruins. He gets naded down, not too much though. He tries to do a lot of damage actually through the box, but with that MP9, of course, does not as much as they would with M4. As they do have an after plant position here. It is a force buy as sort of expected here from Heretics, but what do they get done? They're running out of time here. They do have 1 defuse kit, but other than that 1 defuse kit, they need to actually start moving in. They get 3 kills in a row. Kiyoshima, named the problem, manages to actually waste enough of their time. I don't think they have time here. Yeah, they do not have time. They lose all 3 players as well here. Over. And as even though they win the round, well, they did win the round, sorry. Heretics. I don't know why that confused me for a second. But more importantly, Pheonix running out of money completely. Both teams completely out of money for the most part. We do have an M4, but not much really going with it. And I mean, it's still anybody's game, still anybody's round, really.
Yeah, that's true. It's still anybody's chance here to break through, but I mean, Pheonix, that's going to be a bit of a blunderbuss by them. Certainly should have played it a bit more carefully, had perhaps a bit more constraint, or just, played it a bit less dilly-daggly. In any case, Crucial and Robin. Okay, I mean, I guess the force buys are going to be winning today. Daredevil, I think, at this point, the force buys are much better than what the rifles can bring up, and maybe the secret ingredient to victory here is just force buy every single round. That's about it.
I think I
I mean,
casted recently. I think it was either LLC versus Heretic or someone else, where it was just all force buys, and whoever force bought actually won the round, and then the opposing team would force buy. I think by the time they finished force buying, it was like 5-5 or something like that. Like one team won the pistol, then lost the force buy, lost against the force buy. Force bought themselves, won that force buy, then lost against the force buy. And then by the end, it was already half the half until eventually someone lost the force buy and was forced on Nico. And funny enough, they bought like FAMAS's and MP9s and they won that the round after that. So it's still sort of a force buy in itself, not really the best of buys. And that's actually kind of funny, and it's usually always the French teams I've noticed. Like not so much any of the other teams. Gets one, but it's down to 1 versus 2 here. Lucky 5 HP. I think he's about to get taken down. He does, and Pheonix winning their own force buy. Got a bit close at the end there, but in the end, managing to win it and managed to take a few guns with them as well, including that Krieg. And what do you think of this game? I mean, it's hard to really say who you really favor to win this match. I mean, you originally think, Heretics, they have the names, right? They have Lucky, they have Davidovic, they have Kirishima. But honestly, Pheonix has done well in the tournament, regardless of the fact that they were coming from the lower bracket.
Yeah, I think when you look at Pheonix, it shows a certain consistency. It shows a certain base understanding that works against any team, especially at this level. And the only real problem they had in the lower bracket was against Fierce, another British team, was it not? I think it's another. Yeah, Fierce is another Brit team. So, maybe not the best of opponents to face off in the lower bracket finals, sure, but it's certainly not the worst, and it certainly does show that they have the sturdiness to be able to keep up with the pressure, to be able to keep up with the consistent performance. And I think that is where Pheonix do take the cake. They are just therefore perhaps a little bit better than Pheonix. Excuse me, as Heretics.
Yeah,
as we know, the Heretics squad are way too damn momentum based. If they don't get a good start, that might as well spell doom for their map.
Well, the issue is not just that, right? But they have that issue keeping the momentum. I mean, when they were sort of winning against LVLZ, as Heretics loses another round here, so looking like it's gonna be an eco coming from Heretics. But anyway, they had a good start from what I remember, but then they just fell flat as soon as the momentum shifted. They didn't seem to be able to kind of bring that back in their favor. And that's kind of like the issue. Like they can rack up, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was like 5-1. And then they lost like 10-5 at the end of that. Like they started off 5-1 and they lost 10-5. That's just how much you can see the momentum completely shifted. Going down. Bomb's down as well here on Banana, so looking like it's going to be a clean Glock round here from Heretics. Not really expecting much from them. And yeah, I guess that's all you could really say. I mean, it's all about the momentum with them, and this gun round is going to be quite important, I think, because if they lose this and then they're forced on another either force buy, or I think it's going to be a force buy, they do have full loss bonus. So a lot going on. It's still early days, anything can happen, but I really think it's now. I mean, they should do it now rather than later, right?
Better sooner rather than later, indeed. In any case, I would put it out there that Pheonix, I mean, yeah, the start they are accumulating here, as you said, it's going to present a unique problem for Heretics, because soon enough, Pheonix might be up on that 6, 7, 8 rounds, and if Heretics are still going to be in the same position as they are right now, there will be very few chances they will have to actually make anything about it. And we can see so far, utility usage for Pheonix is coming in at the pristine timings as they're able to quickly shut down, quickly kind of dismantle the aggression out of Heretics. Devo Duvik, though, good lineup. As David Dobrosavljevic will hit his mark on long, though, there's going to be a bit of a push through the Molotov. Maka deciding to go for the aggression will be caught by Mighty Max. And we are back to a 4-on-4. Now, the one thing that Heretics have in this round is the fact they have the AKs, but it's Robin! Robin! Oh, man. Is that Robin Hood or what? It's going to be back to a 1-on-1, though. Lucky. Not sure if he heard Thomas or not, but he's going to go for the fight, and Thomas will still win it.
That was risky.
What a close call. Yeah, that was very risky. Luckily, Thomas comes out on top, but Heretics, they're losing against half-buys.
Yeah. That was very risky there from Thomas as well. I would have recommended against pushing right where he's looking, because you kind of expected to be looking short considering he was just at the top mid when he killed the previous two members. But yeah, one thing I'd like to credit here is that from what I remember, Pheonix is definitely, of the British teams, I feel like they're one of the most strongest when it comes to being a unit. You know what I mean? Like they always work together, good teamwork and everything. And I think this is what made them kind of last this long. In terms, you can talk about like, you know, the aim and like some of the individuals from the other teams.
Yeah.
But like, in terms of teamwork, I definitely think get 2 kills. Duvik gets 1, but gets immediately traded. Thomas gets the last 2 kills, and pretty much a clean round here from Pheonix, stacking up that money. Thomas up to 12k, so quite a bit of money coming in here. I think it was Mighty Max who is pretty much like the selfless player from Pheonix. He's always
there, right?
Yeah, always dropping for his team, always being the utility player while the rest of his team buys the armor when it comes to pistol rounds, of course. He's always the one who's, I think he's the kind of the lurk as well. So that's what I remember most from Crucial. Actually, ironically with his name, is quite crucial actually for his team, because he his op, like if he's popping off, like his team just gets so many rounds on the back of it. But when he's falling flat, they just lose so many consecutive rounds because of it. And you can see here why he is so important. He goes in and gets that first man advantage, as he has been doing throughout this tournament. Just always going for the aggressive, risky plays. And when it works, it's great, right? But when it doesn't work,
yeah,
then that's where the issue lies.
Indeed, like momentum. I think it's all about momentum, as I've said for Heretics. For Pheonix, sure, when it doesn't work and they're starting to, you know, kind of bang their heads into the wall, yeah, we can see that. But for Heretics, if they start off badly, if they don't get themselves an early successful, you know, kicker where they're able to dismantle any early aggression, then real problems do arise, because we've seen them fall harder than rock before, and in positions like this especially, where they have to face off a team they would otherwise deem lesser or less good than themselves. In this case, I can guarantee you they're thinking going into the series, this is going to be a lot easier than, you know, any other squad that we could have faced, yet facing off such great defense, such great resistance, it has to be painful. It has to hurt them a little bit at least. And there we go. It is 7-1. Heretics perhaps underestimating their opponents. And if they are, then, well, the joke is on them, because the more you underestimate the players of Pheonix, the worse it's going to get for you. Thomas, of course, we know him. He's been playing in... oh, my God, help me out here. He was...
Who, sorry?
Not Smash, but... Or was it Smash?
What are you talking about? Sorry, I was looking at the notes.
Thomas.
Oh, Thomas.
Sorry, Thomas. Yeah. Thomas was in... Was he in Smash? No Chance. He was in No Chance. Yeah, just before Smash. So, you know, he had quite the stint with the No Chance boys for about, what, a good 3-4 months he played with them. I think he proved his worth back then. Sure enough, it didn't get them too far, too deep. But the point is, Thomas, for example, a great support player, great player overall, who's always going to be there, even though perhaps not always fragging, he's always going to be able to perform when he's most required to. Surreal, I don't think there's even, a necessary highlight for him. Crucial and Robin on the other side. Robin, perhaps a bit more of the unknown for me than rather anything else, but Crucial, definitely. We all know him, we all love him, and yeah, in this case, Heretics, I do feel like they might have underestimated their opponents. Whilst though we can say that Robin and Mighty Max, I don't really have an idea who, oh, sure, for Robin, I mean, we know Robin, right? We've seen Robin since a long time ago. We've been watching him since I don't know which team already, like Property back in the day. I think it was
like
even
8
Singularity.
years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's like 5-6 years ago, and then Singularity and Epsilon when I came into the scene when I started casting. I remember them having Robin and Singularity for a little while. But the point I'm trying to make is, Robin and Mighty Max are more of the unknowns in this case. Nobody's really been following them too much, so it's hard to expect what they can show up with. But I think they're doing a great job so far, and there's no denying it. It is an excellent beginning here for Pheonix.
Yeah, it is. As it looks like, oh, Duvik actually getting that kill on Crucial. Managed to take that off, but he's all alone, 1 versus 4, as he hopes to do some damage here. Unlikely that he's going to be able to save it, but considering they know his position, there is one person sneaking up on him. I think that's Thomas, as you mentioned earlier. Oh, just instantly takes him out. Managed to save that off as well. So an off that they don't need to repurchase. And yeah, one thing worth noting as well, there's a few things worth noting. One of them, I don't think these two teams have played against each other yet this entire tournament. They played different. I mean, there were so many British and French teams. I think like at least 3 each. That sometimes you kind of get confused if these two teams actually play against each other, but they have not. So. But Heretics, of course, has played against LPLC, who is waiting for them in the grand finals, and they fell flat there, so they're looking for that revenge coming into the grand final. But that said, this is Heretics' map pick. I mean, they're supposed to be confident on Inferno. This is supposed to be something that they were looking forward to, but at the moment on their T side, yeah, you can debate, of course, Inferno to be a bit CT side, depending on the teams. But Inferno is definitely one of those maps that's one of the more balanced in the map group, right? So that's it. I'm just gonna pause that for a second as they are pushing on B very fast here. Nice small top. Thomas managed to take one more, but Davidovic trades as David gets killed by that Molotov. But the bomb is down. On the other side, they're getting overwhelmed. They're pinstered in from multiple positions. Davidovic does get that kill against Surreal. Picking up the op here, Lucky, trying to do some damage, does get the leg shot against Robin, as they are very wary of these possible pushes here. They're still not planting the bomb, just trying to make sure they don't get overwhelmed. As soon as Lucky tries to plant that bomb, it's going to be practically a 1 versus 3, as he'll be too distracted planting to help out Davidovic. That grenade just narrowly missing him from behind him there, as he dodges it a bit there. They're still in the side. They're worried about a possible flank as Crucial is sneaking in towards Ruins. Davidovic is waiting for him there. As still a 2 versus 3. They have the positions. They have the utility to use here. They have 2 flashes coming in. One more flash if they need it. Lucky gets one. Crucial as well. Lucky gets a second. Down to a 1 versus 1, and Lucky gets it all by his lonesome. That is not luck there, that is pure skill, as he manages to use that off to his advantage. Regardless of the low HP, manages to clutch it 1 versus 3. And is this the round that turns the map onto its head, or is this too late? That's the real question. The biggest issue right now is if they lose this round, they no longer have that maximum loss bonus coming to the rest of the half. So very important round coming to us now. And look at the weapons as well.
Yeah, look at what they're able to wield. The double up, Crucial and Thomas, they're already tagged up. This is going to be a problem. Thomas dead as be. Lucky does get tagged, but he is still alive, which matters most. And Heretics, they look like they're going to be executing towards that B site. We've got two UMPs and up and AKSGs. The pop flash works out, though. The first falls, the second as well. Doesn't burn. He is close to dying, though. And this is a very, very, very weird round from Heretics themselves. That nade, that could have done a lot more than it did. Yeah. Oh, that Molotov, good positioning again. It actually molos the bomb. It buys more time for Pheonix. The smoke is about to pass. Here comes the pop flash. The boost should be going into flower pots. This is going to be a doable round for Pheonix. I can see it perhaps being won here. Oh, the nade, never mind. It is going to be a good position here as Surreal takes down David P. Here comes Robin, and now a 1-on-2. Where's the bomb? The bomb hasn't even been retrieved. And it is a 1-on-1. Crucial, 15 HP against Lucky's 11 or 8 or whatever he has left. And never mind, 9-2. Crucial will take it home.
Yeah, expensive round, but shouldn't be bothering them too much. Lucky looked like for a second there is gonna do a double clutch in a row, but unfortunately not looking towards ruins there, and gets taken out by Crucial. And Heretics, as I mentioned earlier, because of the fact that they lost that maximum loss bonus, they aren't able to fully buy in coming to this round. So looking like they're just gonna stick to the pistols. Quite a bit of them actually bring their money quite low coming into this round, as they're mostly focused towards getting that armor and pistol, except for Maka, of course. And there's already one person going down, as they are going to try to use this utility and go somewhere with it. Where do they decide to go, though? I mean, they are sort of stacked up now towards second mid, just leaving that one player on mid with that bomb. He's holding the flanks as well, which is quite risky when you're the person with the bomb. But at the moment, Pheonix are not playing aggressive, probably aware that they're playing against pistols, so they're just playing as passive as possible, sticking to the sights. Except on Banana, they do have Thomas close range on that sandbag position. But it looks like Heretics are going to be moving, or are they? No. I mean, it looked like they could have been going back there, but no, looks like they will be using all their utility to get a bit of a rush here onto A. There's Dubik already inside the pit, as Kirishima gets one over the smoke there. And 2 versus 4, not a lot going here. Kirishima, of course, that CZ running a bit low on bullets. He does manage to take down Surreal. 9 bullets remaining. Oh, but David Dubik gets taken down, so it's all down to Kirishima. And how many bullets does he have now? Probably none, as Thomas takes him out. And yeah, I mean, as long as they survive with 3 players, Pheonix, they'll be more than happy to concede those few players as long as they've been getting these rounds. And 10-2,
yeah,
a pretty good half from them.
I think
something
that's
to go by, a large margin.
I think that's an understatement, my friend. I think that's not just a good half. This is a critical half that Heretics have no more maneuvering room in. It's either 5-10 half for Pheonix, and Heretics somehow limp away with, you know, some scar, some damage, some wounds, but if it goes potentially to 11-4, 12-3, 13-2, then Heretics can simply say, you know what, maybe Inferno should already be surrendered, because Pheonix, they are lighting a fire under the feet of Heretics, and there's no extinguishing it yet. Even with 5 rounds, it's going to be very harsh, and luckily this time, Crucial comes into play. It's going to be Devo Duvik awaiting him in Boiler, and there's the first frag. At least opens it up for the 1. Ooh, decent nade. It will not do critical damage, but a 4-on-5 that Heretics should be able to at least make something out of. Because if they don't, well, then I don't know what the hell they're doing. There we go.
Kirishima does manage to get one there on house. As Surreal worried a bit that they're the man disadvantage. They want to get it back, so he just decides to go through that smoke. As Robin doing the same, but here's the issue now. They have completely lost the A side, as the last 2 members of Pheonix are on B, and looking like they might be trying to save these weapons, as even though they've been winning the rounds, a lot of these rounds have been close. I mean, let's check it out here. They survived with 3 players last round and 1 player the previous round. And of course they lost the round before that, so money is starting to run low here from Pheonix. So best to try to save those last 2 weapons coming into the last few rounds of the half. And I mean, they still gonna be happy about this half. 10 rounds is more than enough coming into the T side of Inferno. Of course, a more balanced map, you can still do a lot on your T side. But that said, they want to try to save these last few weapons. Let's see if they can get maybe, 1 more round coming into this half. Maybe 2 if they're feeling generous.
Yeah. Maybe 2, yeah.
Heretics, though, be glad that they saved all of the 5 weapons coming into this next round, because if they lose this, they can still purchase the weapons next round regardless and still try to bring it back at least to either 4 or 5 rounds coming to the CT side. But Heretics, I mean, they are starting to win rounds, but is it too late? I mean, that's the real question. I mean, the momentum can shift, but they're gonna have to remain extremely consistent on their CT side if they want to bring this to, to actually get the lead again in terms of score. That's gonna be the tough issue. It's all really depending on the pistol in the last few rounds.
Yeah, the pistol, of course, will come into play, but I would rather say perhaps more than that. It's going to be more about having at least the gun round once it comes up, right? Because the gun round for me is going to make all the difference in the world here. Heretics, the pistol, they might be able to win it, but if they don't get out of out of that pickle of the second force buy round, then it might as well be the end already. Luckily, right now seems like Heretics will be playing very much the same as the last one. Taking it easy, taking apps control, taking their time. And that's what they need to do in this kind of position. You don't want to risk it all. You don't want to put everything in jeopardy by just pushing out solo. You want to first take control and then decide if you want to go A or B. And as you can see, with banana control being completely and utterly relinquished by Heretics, they're going to be committing everything towards the A push, but through balcony before they even exit. Robin gets to Surreal, is patiently waiting towards short. He might be able to snag another one. Yes, he does. And a second, well, he doesn't get the kill, but he certainly damages enough on Maka that it's a problem. A 3-on-2 and Heretics. Oh, David P can't do it. That is just a shame. Back to 1-on-2. Maka, let's see the clutch.
Potential, at least, for one. Oh, he does manage to push in, actually, so down to 1 versus 1, but unfortunately leaving himself a bit open there, trying to get back, but jumping up and down, he didn't have a chance to really crouch in order to dodge Mighty Max pushing in there. And that is an 11th round coming in for Pheonix. So, although Heretics could buy this round, this is all or nothing right now. They need to win this round and try to get the pistol round to at least feel a bit comfortable coming onto CT. I mean, of course, it's never going to be comfortable, but at least a little bit more confident in the second half. Because at this point, I mean, Pheonix has all the motivation to finish this map, and considering this is the map pick of Heretics, that motivation, that confidence is really going to leak on to the second map. And actually, I'm trying to remember what the map's gonna be. It's gonna be Mirage and Dust 2. So, well, Pheonix has done pretty well on Mirage. So I'm kind of interested how they get going. I think Heretics also beat Mirage. So I think it's anybody's game still in terms of the second map. So I think it's really favoring that one side or the other. That's it, it's their map pick, Pheonix. As I said, looks like they are getting a bit aggressive here on Banana, seeing if they can get entry, but it looks like they will be not deciding yet where to go. They did lose David P later. And still 4 players remaining.
This is... Yeah, this is again a bit complicated, right? Heretics, like I said, if they get shut down early, if you're able to dismiss their aggression, or at least kind of mitigate their aggression, they're gonna be caught in a bubble. And right now, they're just trying the same thing over and over again. It's like a broken vinyl record. They are not really getting out of it. They're not really able to fix it because they're not really thinking outside of the box. And look at this, through the smoke we go. This time it's Thomas with an auto shotgun and Surreal with the AUG. Yes, Thomas will fall, but there is Surreal that will finish the job. And what I'm trying to put out here is Heretics, they continuously tried the same thing. They went in one by one, they lost the entry, they kind of fell back, then they realized, you know what, we can't go in one by one, and then they started thinking about an execution. They actually do the execution, but at that point, it's already been fully read and, prepared for by the CTs, and you have yourself an ending, 12-3. I think this is more than good. I think this is more than enough for, of course, for Pheonix to not just take it, but absolutely smash them with the ground, just smash them with the heel of the boot and go into our second map. In any case, I didn't expect them to be losing this much, Heretics, that is, but on the other side, I'm not as surprised.
No, I mean, this is kind of what I mentioned at the very beginning of the map. I said that Pheonix definitely feels like one of the more collected, calm and collected teams. They work more as a unit than I've seen from any other team, really, at this point. That said, one of the reasons you could say that the other teams are slightly ahead, of course, is the individuals. A lot of known names that's been around for many years from the rest of the teams, of course, including LDLC, who's coming up later, grand final. That said, it's going to be a very important pistol round from Heretics. They do need to try to get this round at least. We're also going to have very little margin for error.
Yeah.
So, looking like it's going to be pushing on to B now. Pushing on to Pit as 3 people going down. Robin just managed to get 1. So, not actually a pretty good start here from Heretics as Kiyoshima gets the 4K and the 4th round coming in for Heretics. But is Pheonix going to be force spying, or are they going to play safe knowing that they have a large margin for error? Looks like they might be actually saving here. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, you don't need to force, and if you have a lot of rounds to spare, best to play as fundamental as possible. Just make sure you have the most gun rounds coming into this half. I mean, if you just force spy and you lose it and you end up on an equal, you keep racking down those rounds, then eventually the margin, the gap shortens. As looking like it could be a 5th round here for Heretics.
I think the biggest issue for Heretics is, for example, when you saw one of their gun rounds being played off, they decided to jump out of apps, decided to jump out of balcony for the execution. I think that is the problem here. They're playing some strategies that are inherently not going to work out. You can't really hope to get a victory when you're going to be going with a full buy jumping out of apps. And if you do that, it shows to me that certainly you're lacking a little bit of base understanding of everything. Oh my god, what? It's a full eco, David P. What are you doing running through a smoke like a crazy man? Well, I mean, that's it. That's the end of all. That should be an easy 13th. And Thomas, a 1-on-1. He's in full. Never mind, he peeks out immediately. Defu Tuvek.
Just barely. I mean, by the skin of their teeth.
Daredevil, tell me now, what the F in F was that after plan? A 2-on-1? And they're both peeking before... Like, they're just both peeking. They're both peeking into the bomb. What? Like, also, when the first guy peeks from dark, why in the world wouldn't the player in pool then help? Or, the second question, if the guy in dark peeks and the guy in pool baits him, why in the F would then the guy in pool peek after hearing the click of the bomb or the defuse yet again just a second later? It's like, what is this right now? Seriously.
Problem is as well that it shouldn't have been that close. I mean, it was a 2 versus 2, but I'm not sure who was it, but they just decided to push through the CT without any, help. I mean, 2 versus 2, they could have played together there. They definitely could have been much closer. Crucial, getting a bit frustrated by that noisy chicken next to him as well. But
David P, by the way. Yeah.
oh, it's David P who pushed CT. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
honestly, it was extremely expensive for Heretics, and now that Pheonix has the full gun round with the majority of the utility that they require for this round, Heretics is kind of struck for cash and also struck for the weaponry as well. So if they go down here, then they're going to be forced on probably an eco, and that's going to be the worst case scenario for Heretics. All because of surviving with just one player against a full eco. So even though they did win that round, I mean, this could punish them heavily coming into this round. But let's see, I mean, they are pushing in right now, Pheonix. Oh, Lucky does get a tad lucky, as he does manage to get one through the smoke there. Crucial takes him down though. Kiyashima, is he gonna finish him off? He does not get the kill. That was dead rights a kill there for Kiyashima. He's down to 2 HP, so not the best trade-off of damage there, as they are all coming from CT. All or nothing right now coming from Heretics. They really need this round, or else they're gonna be probably forced on an eco. So important that they try to get this round. They do smoke towards Banana, using their utility to go in. Surreal does manage to take down David Dubek. Maka does so much. Why are they peeking? Yeah, I agree. Why are they peeking?
This is such a... Oh my god.
Oh! The lineup! The lineup! Robin! The lineup from the Swede. That's honestly the... I mean, if it wasn't for Robin with that position, that would have been a lost round.
If I can be a little bit more open about this. Yeah, if it can be a little... Yeah, like... What the fuck is going on? I'm sorry for my French, but what the F in the world is Pheonix thinking? Just like Heretics. After plan, 3-on-3, and you're all just playing for the peak, for the kill. It's like, what? Why? It doesn't make any sense. And, well, luckily they got saved by Robin, the unknown king, the unknown paladin, but this is, for me, it's unacceptable. Sorry, but this, you play against any better team, they're gonna punish you twice-fold for that kind of mistake, for those kind of foolish plays. Yeah, sure, you can get the round because of it once, but continuously do it? Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean,
never.
They're kind of going against what I mentioned earlier. I mean, I kept talking about how they played as a unit, played together, the team, and then they're coming in right now with the solo plays and aggression. While on the after plans, not really going with their reputation at the moment, as they are winning these rounds, but I mean, not for good team play. Definitely, it's definitely seems like it's one of those just winning the gunfights against a Heretics team that's currently, kind of down at the moment. They don't seem that confident. They don't seem to be winning the individual plays, and that's pretty much, I mean, one of the reasons why Pheonix is winning his last few rounds, or at least close to winning them, as it was an eco as well of that previous round. Looking like they're gonna be coming onto A though, with two players close here on Haystacks. Both get taken down, just down to Kirishima and Lucky, as they're pushing down mid. They do manage to take down one. Not looking like they're gonna go for that AK though, as they are deciding to go back to B, try to save that armor, as they are gonna be... Oh, worth noting actually, I didn't actually realize the Heretics decided to force spy into this round. So force spy, after losing the gun round, it's 13-5, losing the force spy, gonna be a 14-5, and not gonna have any money. So yeah, I mean, it kind of explains itself there, over, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Heretics, they took the big L, or they're still taking it. Unfortunately, they won't be getting any further than what they did, or however far they made it here. This should be a rather simple 16-5, or at least something of the like. The money is gone. As you said, the money is gone. The buy, if it is coming, it's gonna be meager with a chance of meatballs falling in on their own heads. Overall, a very, very bad position to be in, and not much you can do as the Heretics. And this is, again, if we just take a step back, look at the start of the series or at the start of the game itself, we immediately could see that once Pheonix was up that 5-1, 5-2 result, things are going to be taking a wild turn, because Heretics apparently were not in it fully. They perhaps lacked a few vital aspects, like confidence, like preparation, perhaps even. And well, I mean, we can't blame them for that. But then again, you will be taking the L if you're not going to be ready for such like things. In any case, Devil Duvek, last man standing, can't do anything. That's it.
Can you imagine the mental game? I mean, if you are coming into this game thinking, okay, this is your map pick, you have the side and everything, and you are considered the favorites for the game, and then you go down to 7-1 in the beginning of the game, or maybe even 5 or 4-1. Can you imagine maybe that's kind of being a factor? I mean, that could be something. If they are overconfident coming to this game, sometimes overconfidence can be the curse rather than the gift. And if you start losing those initial rounds, as we mentioned multiple times, Heretics, this definitely doesn't seem like the momentum type of team, which means that they definitely seem like the more kind of running on confidence, running on the view, really. That said, looks like they've been making a bit of a comeback coming this round. They did get the first 3 initial kills, and I'm assuming they don't lose against these last 2, as still 1minute and 10 seconds remaining, so still a lot of time here for Thomas and Robin. Robin, of course, having quite a good game. Both of them are actually, looking at the score, as they are moving in slowly into B. Lucky and Kishi holding in close, aware of their positions now. As the rotations are coming in, they need to start moving. Thomas gets 1, and Lucky gets both of the kills. So a 6th round here for Heretics, but 0 margin for error the rest of the map. They have to win 9 rounds just to get this back to overtime. So a lot of pressure here on Heretics. But yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, I mean, when you have like overconfidence coming in, and you're a momentum-based team, you're a confidence-based team, and then you come in as the favorites on your map pick, and you just start losing round after round, losing force buy after force buy. I mean, that could be, by all means, a factor coming into why they've been losing so many gunfights, so many individual plays, why they've been making so many mistakes.
Yeah, very true. It kind of shines a light that it's just not working right now. It's not coming into place. It's not clicking, and well, maybe, just maybe, we'll see some life out of them yet. Maybe we'll see the 7th even come out, but it's highly doubtful. It's highly unlikely. Although, we did say that Pheonix do like to kind of tend to play solo as well. So I think that's going to have a massive effect on our second map. Even here, if Heretics would be perhaps a little bit more prepared, if Heretics had perhaps done their homework, or I'm not sure what exactly is wrong, what exactly is starting to put them in this harm's way, but they would have been able to at least punish the solo plays out of Pheonix more and force them to be more careful. But in any case, this is just too good, I think. Pheonix, they've shown a great resilience, a great understanding of how to work against the Frenchman here, and Thomas.
Mistake. I mean, he had. He was pushing in close range, and honestly, that was his kill. So 3 versus 5, looking like it's gonna be at the last.
That's gonna be a clean round for the last one, really.
That's what I'm wondering at this point, as the last 2 players are gonna be pushing in from library, and what are they gonna get done here? Kishima and Lucky, they have the defuse kits, they have 2 utilities, a smoke and a flashbang. They are pushing in. Lucky gets 1, gets taken out though. Oh, both of them get taken out, so it looked like it lagged a bit for a second there. But Yeah, both players taking out almost a clean sweep coming into that last round.